It's Big Marv!
The World Wide Web, they call it internet, with different types of social media. Store the information sort of like encyclopedia.
Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Big Marv here. Today I just want to take a minute to dive into organic strategy and feeding your evergreen sequence once you get people into your list, into your pipeline. How do you drive that organic traffic and increase the revenue, increase the sales, increase the amount of book calls, and everything that you want as an online coach, course creator, or consultant? This will help any person or anybody that's trying to grow any kind of presence online. You can use this strategy for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, your email list, your blog, your Twitch channel. It really doesn't matter. You just got to follow this strategy. It's a very simple strategy. It'll just take a little bit of work to make happen, but hey, when you're driving traffic for your personal brand and you're trying to scale and grow, everything boils down to two principles anyways: time or money. Which one do you want to spend? And if you don't have the money for paid advertising to drive traffic to your funnel and get traffic to convert on autopilot, then you have no choice but to spend your time. So the organic training that I've put together for you here helps you cut the amount of time that you spend creating your content down from hours and hours every week to less than an hour a day. You can run your personal brand for less than an hour a day just following this strategy. It goes into repurposing content and creating the perfect content that's going to send the right message at the right time to the right person, because after all, that is the key to marketing. Now, whenever you're creating a piece of content, whether it's a video, a written post, you're taking an image, you're sending an email, no matter what piece of content you're creating, you just need to make sure you include four pillars in that piece of content. And the structure you want to follow is backstory, pain point, solution, call to action. You want to give them a little bit of story behind yourself, what you do, while you're even talking to them about what it is you're about to go into. Then you want to go into pain points, like what have you seen with your past clients, your past life experiences. You want to bridge that backstory into this pain point. So I've been working on, like for me, for example, whenever I was started into this, I was working at Microsoft. I was a server engineer at Microsoft, automating email servers for big corporations and government companies, right? And it dawned on me, like, hey, what if I built this crazy system like this for entrepreneurs? Because I know entrepreneurs, most of them don't have automation and strategy in the back end. A lot of them are just using a shotgun approach, trying all these different things, but they really don't have automation and strategy. And I saw the differences that we're making inside of these enterprise servers for these big clients. I could only imagine the difference that it would make for entrepreneurs, and I'm tired of seeing entrepreneurs struggle so much with getting consistent results. I wanted to build a system that would help automate their lead acquisition. So I got together with my team, and now I'm going from my backstory and pain point to my solution, right? So I got together with my team and we developed the dual funnel system. This is a dual funnel system where you're running two parallel funnels where every single action that you take as a personal brand, it feeds another action in the pipeline, so your clients automatically will elevate to your high ticket offer or your core offer based on engaging with your content, because you're walking them on a journey. If you'd like to take a look, now I'm going into my call to action. There is my solution. Now I'm going into my call to action. So if you'd like to take a look at the dual funnel system and see how it can work for your personal brand, click the link below. You can download it for free. It's something I put together for you guys. I really hope you enjoy it. This is Big Marv. Thank you guys for tuning in. One love. So every single piece of content that you create, as long as you follow that structure, is very natural. It tells a story. It lets them connect with you, because these days nobody gives a fuck about, they don't give a fuck about anything. They don't care about the product or service. You know what they care about? They care about the name on it. Who's behind it? Can they trust the person behind it? Right? I know all of you guys have brand loyalty to different things, right? You might have a specific shoe brand that you buy or a specific car brand that you buy. There's probably specific foods that you eat. Like me personally, I will only eat Miracle Whip. Fuck salad dressing. That imitation, whatever the fuck these guys are selling. Miracle Whip is the shit, right? When I buy shoes, I typically buy Nikes. When I buy cars, I typically buy German cars or Volkswagens, right? When I can recognize the McDonald's logo, you can see those golden arches down the freeway. You don't even have to see the name McDonald's. You know what those golden arches mean. So that's the principle behind a personal brand, is building the know, like, and trust factor over delivering to where you're changing people's lives, and that name being attached behind you is going to increase the value of you and your skill set. So as long as every single piece of content that you create follows this structure, it lets them connect with you so they can get to know you, get to like you, and then get to trust you. And once they trust you, that's when they pull the credit card out. Right now, to drive your organic content, what I've done is I've actually created a content map for you. This will allow you to plan out a full year of content. Now, the reason for this is, like I said, you want to take people on a journey. People are going to be in different parts of their life when they first meet you and they first start consuming your content. So you bring them down that lead magnet journey, and then throughout the year, you're going to continue to send them emails, right? So in the beginning, you start off with a weekly email, and then you can just continue to add to it until you fill out an entire year-long email sequence. This is called your evergreen sequence. And it starts with your lead magnet and whatever that journey looks like, and then I want you to think every single week, okay, they consumed that, they took that action, what do I need to talk to them about this week, right? Then you build out the 52 emails for every single week of the year. Then you start plugging in holes of, like, additional emails you can add based on the topics that you already discussed to continue taking them through the journey. Then at the end of that year, if people made it to the end of the year, you pitch them again. You see if they're ready. You try to get them on the phone. Or you dump them out of your list, because obviously by then either they're not aligned, they're not ready, whatever it may be. If it's meant to be, they'll come back to you, but I boot them out of my list after a year if they're not engaging, consuming my content, and coming back. So that's the idea of an evergreen sequence, and that's what this content map is going to give you. You take this content map, you create this content one time, and then you add the content that you create once into your other channels, such as your email, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Twitter, wherever it is. You can take your content, splice it into the other content, and fill out this content map so you can spend less time creating content and more time in your brand. And every single content having a call to action. I want you guys to know, your amount of revenue that you earn is no secret, is directly correlated to the amount of offers that you make. So that's why it's important that every single piece of content that you create has backstory, pain point, solution, call to action, because you're forcing them to other parts of your pipeline. Now, your call to action doesn't always have to be buy my shit. Your call to action could be join my group, subscribe to my channel, follow my page, check out this post, go watch this video, download this book. It could be anything. It just needs to give them an actionable step so they do something after they consume whatever content they're doing. So if you guys hop on over to bigmarvscontentmap.com, you'll see a 30-minute training prepped here waiting for you. Just hit the play button. You can watch the 30-minute training. Then you can click this shiny button right here, give me the map, and that's where you can download the actual CSV file and begin to fill out your content map for your organic outreach. Now, if you guys need some help with developing the strategy, maybe you consume the content, you get stuck, you can't figure it out, you can feel free to jump into the Wavemakers group, post your question in there, post a video in there. I do live Q&A sessions in that group. It is a 100% free group. Just go onto Facebook and look up Wavemakers with Big Marv. You'll be able to find the group, and I can answer your questions there. Or you can even click that button right below this video, and you'll have the ability to hop on my calendar. I'll give you a free strategy session where we take a look at your brand and what you're doing and how we can best incorporate this into your brand to make life easier for you and bring those leads in, because now your content has a strategy and it has call to actions driving them to the different parts of your pipeline. I hope this all makes sense. Again, reach out to the group or shoot me a message directly, or even click that link below, hop in my calendar. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. This is Big Marv. Thank you guys for tuning in. One love.